Comparison is the thief of joy. I know you've heard this probably a million times. I know you've seen it written down. Do you really understand what that means? Sometimes we take it in the literal sense, like if we compare ourselves to others, that's going to take away our happiness. But let's look at it a little bit deeper. Understanding that comparison is the thief of joy is understanding that everybody has different routes on their journey to becoming who they are. And because everybody has a different route, that means that everyone was given specific things on their route in order to be the success that they want to see through their own perspective. So let's imagine it as video game players. Video game player A, B, and C. Video game player A is probably equipped with the coolest sword. It's a powerful sword because on his journey, he has to chop through tall grass. Character B is equipped with a shovel because he has to dig his way underground in order to make it to the destination. And character C was gifted with a hand glider because he's in a mountainous region, and in order to get to the destination, he has to float and paraglide through the air. Now, all of these three characters are going to make it to the destination. One is going to chop his way through grass. The other is going to dig tunnels in order to get to where he's going to. And the other is going to paraglide. The one thing to keep in mind is that they're all making it to the same destination. Now, imagine these characters, these video game characters, had a consciousness and they were aware of each other. And character A, who is faced with all of the bushes so tall, 6 foot tall bushes on his journey. But he's aware that character C has a hand glider. So he starts to think, wait a minute, I didn't get a hand glider. And I heard his hand glider looked magnificent. It was so beautiful. I heard his hand glider could have him glide for hours and hours at 100 miles per hour. I don't have that. All I have is this measly sword. So not only is character A now paralyzed, because he's not moving. He's thinking about character C and his hand glider. But now he's also confused. He's confused because he's like, why am I not blessed with what C is blessed with? We're both characters. We're both on this journey. Why is it the case that character C gets this and I don't get it? Character C could just look beautiful in the sky and glide down, and what am I left here with? A sword? Useless. Now let's further in this story. What does character A do? Character A spends his time complaining that he does not have the hand glider, puts down his sword, and starts to pout. Character A refuses to realize that even if he did have the hand glider that he also wanted, he wouldn't be able to accomplish the mission on his journey. Why? Because his journey is much different than character C's journey. They're both going to the same place, but character A's journey, as we said, is full of tall grass. But he's so blinded in the want and the desire for something that is not his, something that quite frankly would not serve him on his journey, paralyzed because he's comparing himself. Comparison is the thief of joy because it takes away from the blessings that you've been bestowed with on your journey of life. Yes, we're all humans. Yes, we all bleed blood. Yes, we are all conscious to some degree or the other, but all of our journeys are very different. So the things that suit Dick, Tom, and Harry are not necessarily the things that are going to suit Mary, Jane, and Allison. And if character A stays focused on what character C should have or what character B has, there is no success that'll ever come his way. Now let's say he starts to dedicate his life to acquiring what character C has. Although it sounds silly in this example, really think about it. He puts down his sword and he starts to get all of the items necessary to build this paraglider. He starts to interact with other NPCs trying to get the paraglider. Where did character C get it? How much did it cost him? Who gave it to him? Spending life hours on trying to get exactly what character C had. Now let's say he actually gets it and now he goes back to do his journey. What is he going to realize? That he cannot succeed on his journey. So that entire pursuit was in vain. All to come back to square one and to acknowledge, if he's lucky, that what he's been blessed with was the only thing that he needed in order to succeed on his journey. The journey to get to the same destination that character C got. So now, not only is character C probably ahead of him, not only is character B probably ahead of him, but now he has to start from scratch. This is what many people do when we look at the things that other people have. We look at this guy, oh wow, he has such a nice car. We look at this girl, wow, where did she get that bag from? Where did she get that dress? We look at family members, we look at cousins, we look at friends, we look at celebrity, and we're like, wow, they're so lucky. If only I had this when I was 14. If only I was blessed with this reality when I was in my teenage years. Oh wow, they're so successful because they have this, or they're so great only because they have that. Our minds going to the pits of consciousness, to the dark part of reality, because focusing on what is not of us can only take from us. I'll say that again. Focusing on what is not of you can only take from you. It can never add. Because when you're looking at someone else's gifts, when you're looking at someone else's happiness, you are not looking at what is yours. You only have two pairs of eyes. So you're only seeing one reality at a time. If your reality and your focus is on someone else's truth, how will you ever be able to appreciate what is yours? There's a saying that goes, mind the business that pays you. But I think we should take it to a more serious note. Think about what that actually means. When it says, mind the business that pays you, this doesn't mean monetary funds. This doesn't mean cash payouts. Think of it of what pays your life forward. This reality gets much more intricate when we start to really analyze the details of what it means that comparison is the thief of joy. Think about it in the relationships that you have, in the friendships that you have. When you're looking in awe of what someone else has, you may say, I don't do this, but just think about it. Sometimes you look at relationships that other people have, you're like, oh, I want that for myself. You look at certain brotherhoods and friendships that certain people have, and you're like, wow, if only my friends were like that. You look at certain celebrities or people alike, and you're like, wow, if only my reality resembled that just a little bit. It is important to think about what you're thinking about and contemplate on the fact that you're only seeing the glamour of what you're looking at. You have no idea what it took for those people or those situations to come about. You have no idea what those situations cost. You have no idea what they had to sacrifice in order to give you the appearance that what they have is all glitz and glamour. So now, take this in a literal sense. That's something that you would look at, or someone that you would look at. Think about a person having, I don't know, for the sake of the example, a beautiful sports car. A sports car that costs so much money. It costs over $500,000, something of the sort. Just an out of the ordinary sports car. And you're looking at that sports car and you're like, wow, I wish I had that. But what if I told you, or what if you came to know that in order for that person to have that sports car, they had to sacrifice friendship, they had to sacrifice loyalty to people that they love, they had to do very nefarious and maybe even evil things in order to get that sports car. And you just so happen to be a person that would never do those things. So now, because of your desire and that energy that you're putting in the universe, that you want this thing that that person has, a certain reality, a certain consciousness starts to come over you to suggest these different nefarious things. And you're like, why is my life looking so bleak? Well, it may be because what you are calling onto yourself in your reality. It may be because of the things that you are desiring, because every thought becomes thing. There's a ripple effect for every thought. Comparison is not just the thief of joy because we are equipped with our own blessings in life, our own gifts in life that we should use, but comparison is also the thief of joy because we don't know what it took for certain people to have what they have. And calling on to a reality without knowing the cost of what that reality may ensue will also lead to the thief of joy. Now, tell me what you think about that so far in the comment section. Do you really know what it means that comparison is the thief of joy? Do you really understand? Living in a reality where you're constantly comparing yourself to others is living a reality where you're never really yourself, because it's living a reality where your eyes are open to what everybody else is doing, what everybody else can become, to what everybody else can achieve, but your eyes are not open to yourself. When you're comparing yourself to others, you're looking outward, when the key to your success, the key to you becoming the best version of you, the key to your accomplishment is taking your eyes and looking inwards, inward building, inward transforming, inward becoming, so that the exterior can reflect what's already done on the interior. So the exterior can reflect the work and the foundations that are on the interior. Comparison is the thief of joy because it is the literal sacrifice of a human being. Now, you may think that that's a little bit dramatic, but think about it. You were put on this earth to be who you are. You were materialized in this reality so that you can be who you are. You're a piece of a puzzle. Now, imagine a piece of a puzzle, like let's say there's 26 pieces to a puzzle, and one piece, instead of trying to fit in where they're supposed to fit in, while everybody else is completing the puzzle, all the puzzle pieces are coming together and becoming one big image, you have one puzzle piece that's looking at the other puzzle piece, the middle piece looking at the corner piece, and wanting and forcing to fit at the corner piece. No matter how much that puzzle tries to fit, the corner piece is not for the middle piece, and the middle piece is not for the corner piece. I want you to literally imagine this. If you have to close your eyes and really picture this image. There's a puzzle, a whole set of 26 pieces, and all the puzzles are materializing and coming together. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody's fitting where they fit, right? And now you have this one piece, the middle piece, that's just knocking and knocking and knocking and bending and screwing and trying to saw itself off to fit in the corner piece. That's insanity. That just looks insane. At the end, you're just asking yourself, what? Why is it doing that? There's a whole piece, there's a whole space reserved for the middle piece. Why is the middle piece trying to be the corner piece? Now, this is exactly what we do when we're thinking about or when we're trying to achieve the success that someone else has, as opposed to looking inward and saying, well, this is my journey. What have I been blessed with? As opposed to taking a moment of reflection and giving ourselves the opportunity to succeed at who we are. This is what happens when we don't try things as who we are. This is what happens when we pretend that we're someone else. When we try to impress other people, when we try to befriend people that we would never be friends with, when we try to bend to accommodate other people's realities, when that reality could have never fit our reality. Just imagine the puzzle piece hitting and hitting and hitting, trying to fit. That's what you're doing. So next time you see something you like, next time you see something that creates that desire inside of you, not a pure desire that aligns with yourself, a desire that comes from someplace else. Question it. Ask yourself, is it really worth the cost? Is it really worth the cost to sacrifice who I am, to sacrifice who I am becoming, to achieve what someone else has? And then you also have to ask yourself, why do I want this? What is it about that image or that reality that I want? Because when you start to ask yourself why, and that is the looking inward, because it's self-reflection. When you start to ask yourself why, maybe there are elements that you like about that reality. And only by looking inward and analyzing those elements can you actually give yourself a moment to reflect on what are the things that you think are missing from your life. And when you could actually give yourself a moment to think about that, you can actually transform that thought into the appreciation of what you do have, and how the things that you do have right now can help you get to where you feel you are lacking when it comes to those elements. But that all comes with inner reflection. That doesn't come with getting the car from that person. That doesn't come with getting the relationship that that person has. That doesn't come with getting the friendships that are exactly like the other person that you are looking to. It comes with looking inward. Comparison is a thief of joy because it is taking away from what the entire world has been blessed with today, and that is you. Hello, Howl family. I wouldn't say I'm back, but I'm kind of back. If this message resonates with you, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm elated to be speaking to you today. I'm elated to be sharing this message with you today. It's something that really touches me. It's something that really touches me, something that has affected me, and something that I know affects you or has affected you in your lifetime. Thank you so much for listening to this video or watching this video. I appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing day. Until next time.